Yeah, so seahorses don't have stomachs, and neither do I anymore. So 4 years ago, I found out that I had a really rare genetic mutation that gave me an 80% chance of getting stomach cancer in my lifetime. And the cancer is diffuse, so that means it doesn't grow tumors. It grows in the lining of your stomach, and it's really hard to find. So I could either do surveillance every 6 months and get lucky and wait for them to find something, or I could have my stomach removed, which is a huge decision.
Yeah.
So in September of 2019, I had my stomach removed, and then they found 17 spots of cancer that we didn't know were there when they did the pathology. So yeah, it was immediately validating that I made the right decision, but obviously it changed a lot of things for me.
Yeah.
So now I have to eat every 2 hours. I have to eat a lot of protein because that's what fuels me and keeps me going. So I discovered nuts were a really great snack. I can throw them in my purse and eat on the go. So basically I developed these snacks for me, and now it's my way of sharing my love of food and my story with the world.
Is that not the neatest story? That is amazing how you are making a difference every single day with these delicious snacks.
Thank you.
Now, all right, so your last surgery, how long ago was it?
I had 4 surgeries in less than 2 years. So my last one was July of 2021.
The reason why I ask, it's amazing how far you've come along with marketing these seahorse snacks.
They're for everyone. You don't need to have or not have a stomach to enjoy them. So they're curated by me. I use lots of whole ingredients, so the largest cashews that you can buy. I blended the spices myself. I used local honey, olive oil, and avocado oil on the nuts when I roast them. I also partnered with another local woman-owned business, Chime and Tea, and that's the spice that I use for my maple chai-tastic pecans. So Ella from Coco Sante uses my maple chai-tastic pecans in one of her bonbons.
Ella, who we just saw just a few moments ago. And what's neat is this is the first time that I've seen. I was taking a look at it in our green room just before the show, and I saw the beginning or the front of the packaging. But I take it this is you right here.
She keeps following me everywhere.
So no, that's a wonderful thing. So this is your story, right?
It is.
What you just told us.
Yes.
Yeah, in a nutshell. No pun intended.
Didn't.
All right. But I just love these.
Absolutely. So seahorses don't have stomachs, and neither do I. So 3 years ago, I found out that I had this really rare genetic mutation that gave me an 80% chance of getting stomach cancer in my lifetime. And the cancer's diffuse, so it grows in the lining of your stomach, so it's really hard to find. So I could either do surveillance or have my stomach removed. And in September of 2019, I had a total gastrectomy. I had my stomach removed. And then they found 17 spots of cancer in the pathology. So it was immediately validating that I made the right decision, but it changed a lot of things for me, including the way that I eat. So now I have to eat every 2 hours. I have to eat a lot of protein because that's what fuels me, and I have to stay away from sugar. So basically, I made these snacks because I eat them, and it's my way of sharing my love of food and my story with the world. Yeah, currently I have 2 flavors. The first one is savory. It's called Chili Turmerific, and it's more flavorful than spicy. You'll have to let me know. It comes on almonds, cashews, and pistachios. And then my second flavor is my better for you version of a candy pecan. It's called Maple Chai-tastic.
Did you say butter for you or better for you?
Better for you version. I just thought, I'm always been an underdog. I could beat the odds. I just wanted to get it tested, move on with my life. And because it's so rare, and because stomach cancer is very aggressive and it's usually diagnosed in the late stages, it's hard to find people who actually have this. The seahorses don't have stomachs, and then this color, this lavender lilac periwinkle color, is the color of stomach cancer awareness, so it ties it all together. So basically, I created these snacks as a way of sharing my love of food and my story with the world. I don't like boring snacks because I eat all the time. I wanted to find something that I still wanted to eat, and that is this. And being an example of a successful person without a stomach, and you can do anything. I went to a farmer's market and a woman was selling nuts, and I bought nuts because they tasted delicious, and that was not a snack that I had already incorporated into my routine. And I ended up eating a pound of nuts in 3 days, which is a lot for somebody with no stomach. I just couldn't stop eating them. So when I got home, I started experimenting, and the idea was born, like, why can't I do this? So I started out of my house. It was really an experiment. It took me 10 versions of my recipe for the chili turmerific to get it where I wanted to be. I have a really amazing group of taste testers. So I solicited their opinions on all my different versions and got it to where I wanted to be. Well, I feel like I've already won that since the chances of getting my gene are 1 in 9 million. And the fact that I found out about my situation and was able to deal with it, I'm already winning. I'm about to celebrate my 4th birthday since they removed my stomach, and I'm cancer-free, which is amazing. So this doesn't feel as big as that. So you might be wondering why seahorses don't have stomachs, and neither do I anymore. 3 years ago, I found out that I had a really rare genetic mutation that gave me an 80% chance of getting stomach cancer and a 60% chance of getting breast cancer in my lifetime. And the cancer's diffuse, so it grows in the lining of your stomach, so it's very hard to find. So I had to make a decision. I could do surveillance or I could have my stomach removed. And in September of 2019, I had my stomach removed. And then when they did the pathology, they found 17 spots of cancer in my stomach. A lot of things changed after my surgery, mainly the way that I eat is one of them. And it was hard for me to find snacks that I could throw in my purse and take on the go. So I found nuts, but I get really bored eating the same thing over and over again. So I developed these snacks for seahorses and non-seahorses alike. But this is my way of sharing my love of food and my story with the world. What's so exciting about my company and the work that I do is that it's directly related to my personal story. My brand is a reflection of me. Seahorses don't have stomachs, and so that's sort of like our patron saint. And I am the face of my brand. I'm the one that doesn't have a stomach, and it's my story that I'm telling through the snacks that I sell to people, and I've just had a really amazing amount of support for my story and for my product. Thank you. So Seahorse Snacks is the name of my company, and the way that it got its name is that seahorses don't have stomachs, and neither do I. So 3 years ago, I found out that I had a really rare genetic mutation that gave me an 80% chance of getting stomach cancer in my lifetime. And the cancer's diffuse, so it grows in the lining of your stomach, and it's really hard to find. So I could either do surveillance every 6 months, or I could have my stomach removed. So in September of 2019, I had my stomach removed, and then they found 17 spots of cancer that we didn't know were there. Absolutely, I made these snacks for me. So I have to eat every 2 hours, and I need to eat a lot of protein because that's what fuels me. So these nuts were a great solution that I could just throw in my bag, eat on the go, and it was my way of sharing my love of food and my story with the world. Yes, I have 2 flavors. The first one is sweet. It's called Maple Chai-tastic, and it's my better for you version of a candied pecan. And the second one is savory. It's called Chili Turmerific, and it's a blend of chili and garlic and turmeric, and it's more flavorful than spicy. Well, it starts with the sampling, so that's really my secret weapon to get these snacks into the hands of everybody. Nobody can resist a sample, and they're really pleasantly surprised when they try them, and that's when they turn into customers. I had no idea. It seemed like a good idea, and we're going with it. So I've had a lot of great support by Chattanooga. So it's been a really exciting adventure so far.